The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. The OCTA research team says the Delta variant of COVID-19 may have possibly reached Cebu. In an interview with Sa Totoo Lang, OCTA fellow Guido David says it is possible that the COVID-19 Delta variant has already entered Cebu due to their lax border security.
It's possible na since nakapasok ng variant and hindi ganun ka-strict yung border sa Cebu area, it's possible na may variant doon na Delta variant na nagsispread doon.
But David also added that the vaccinated population in the NCR is a great help in curbing the prevalence of severe infections.
Right now, more than 10% na ng NCR population fully vaccinated na based sa vaccination rollout natin. That would be a significant help na rin. Malaki may tutulong nito in preventing yung severe cases and death.
Here are the biggest stories we are following across the world. U.S. health authorities are pleading with those who are not yet inoculated to get their COVID-19 shots, saying the illness is now becoming a pandemic of the unvaccinated. The U.S. CDC has reported more than 33,000 new cases as of yesterday, leading to a 70% rise from the week before. The White House says the spike in cases is focused in communities with low vaccination rates, which include Missouri, Arkansas, and Louisiana. The death toll from the intense flooding in West Germany rose to over 100, with around 1,000 people missing. North Rhine-Westphalia Premier Armin Laschet fears more casualties from Germany's worst mass deaths in years. Laschet says that the damage brought by the floods is of unprecedented dimension, as entire communities are submerged in flood after swollen rivers swept through towns and villages in states in West Germany.
Und damit ist heute schon klar, unser Land erlebt eine Flutkatastrophe von historischem Ausmaß. Wir werden Häuser reparieren, Brücken wieder aufbauen, Verkehrswege wieder instand setzen.
And China is calling for other countries in the region to remove barriers and seek integration to deepen economic unification. During the APEC Informal Leaders Retreat, Chinese President Xi Jinping stressed the importance of promoting liberalization and facilitating trade and investment. Xi also called for steps to advance regional economic integration to establish a high standard free trade of the Asia-Pacific at an early date.
深化区域经济一体化，要推动贸易和投资自由化便利化，要拆墙而不要筑墙，要开放而不要隔绝，要融合而不要脱钩，要全面落实亚太经合组织。
We'll be back with more stories after a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. The Alagang Kapatid Foundation and DOH Region 4A-led blood donation drive was a success as more volunteers than expected lined up to donate. Laila Pangilinan with the rest of the story.
More than 500 residents of Carmona, Cavite flocked to the voluntary blood donation drive organized by the Alagang Kapatid Foundation in cooperation with DOH Region 4A at the Carmona Community Center. This is the first time this year that the voluntary blood donation was staged in Carmona because of the imposed community quarantines during the first quarter of the year. The turnout was a success as they went beyond their target of 300 donors. They had 514 successful blood donors in total. As the saying goes, the more, the merrier. Because of the additional bags of blood, their beneficiary hospitals, the Provincial Hospital of Cavite General Emilio Aguinaldo Memorial Hospital, and the Philippine General Hospital will be given 257 bags each of safe blood supply.
Hindi kami nagkaroon ng first quarter kasi ECQ kami, bawal yung mass gathering. So na-miss nila yung blood donation kasi maraming mga regular donors dito.
Despite the big crowd, health and safety measures were in place. Each bed was also sanitized every after donor. Barangay 4 Carmona Captain Jose Hernandez was one of those who lined up to voluntarily give blood. He said he has been doing this for 32 years as a way of paying it forward after getting better from an undisclosed illness in 1989.
Wala akong sakit, hindi ako nagme-maintain ng gamot. At hanggang ngayon, wala akong sakit. Saka nakakatulong ako sa mga kababayan ko.
The barangay captain's efforts seemed to be contagious as his neighbors followed his lead.
Regular donor siya. Kaya nga good example, imagine official siya, barangay official, tapos nagdo-donate. Kaya nakikita naman ng mga constituents, kaya sumusunod, gumagaya sa kanya.
Marlon, on the other hand, has been a regular donor for 15 years. This year, he encouraged his office mates to voluntarily give blood and still report for work after.
Kami lang po nag-compulsory sa sa nurse po namin, sabi sa amin kung sinong gusto mag-donate, pumunta po kami sa clinic po namin.
But aside from these Hall of Famers, there are also first-timers like Francia, who bravely gave away her blood to serve those in need.
First time ko lang po. Hindi po ako natatakot kasi gusto ko pong makatulong sa mga nangangailangan ko.
And as a simple way of saying thank you, the Alagang Kapatid and DOH Region 4A has given them freebies and a complete meal before going home. July of every year was declared as a Blood Donors Month by former President Fidel V. Ramos per Proclamation number 1021 signed on June 9, 1997. The whole month of July, all persons are encouraged to voluntarily give blood, and blood donors' noble act of saving lives through their gift of blood are acknowledged. The next voluntary blood donation would be in the Bulwagang Balagtas West in Barangay Zone 4 in Atimonan, Quezon Province. For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, We Are One News.
The Premier Volleyball League officially opens today, kicking off with a triple header. However, volleyball fans can't witness the games live yet due to the pandemic. Gretchen Ho with the story.
The long-awaited return of Philippine volleyball is finally here. Ten teams will participate at the PVL bubble in Bacara, Ilocos Norte. The league will be following strict protocols, from mandatory testing to no handshakes and court changes. Team practices are also limited to an hour. Despite the limitations, turning professional has been a big step for Philippine volleyball. The sad part is, fans won't get to witness it live.
Actually, pag naisip ko na excited din talaga ako, pero may papaisip ka, walang crowd, walang audience. Parang ayun din kasi yung mamimiss mo.
Many volleyball fans are anticipating the first-time matchups between PVL teams and former Philippine Superliga teams.
It's really nice to be able to play against, the best of the best, the players from teams that we've never gone up against. It's kind of impossible to scout. If anything, kami yung pinakamadaling bantayan sa
PVL opening day kicks off with a triple header. The Cherry Tigo crossovers and the returning PLDT home fiber power hitters raise the curtain at 1 p.m. This will be followed by the Perla Spikers and debuting Signal HD Spikers at 4 p.m. And capping off the day will be the anticipated match between the Creamline Cool Smashers against newcomer Santa Lucia Lady Realtors at 7 p.m.
For Creamline, I think you can expect na there will be new combinations of players, especially from Coach Tai, kasi he wants all of us to be able to play and, to give us all exposures.
I think talagang paghahandaan lang din talaga namin. Pagpapakondisyon talaga kami ng maayos for this game.
Watch the best of Philippine volleyball together, stronger, greater in the 2021 PVL Open Conference on One Sports and One Sports with streaming on Signal Play. Gretchen Ho, We Are One News.
And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us later at 1 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.